Hello everyone. I welcome all of you of the first class of this semester, and this is the course of Advanced Computer Organization and Architecture Lab. You guys already done two courses which are Computer Organization and Architecture and the Computer Organization and Architecture Lab. So you already know about the logic circuit and adders, RAM, ROM, etc. Today we will introduce with a simulator software that is Logisim, and which works for logic circuits, adders, and so on. Let's see introduced about Logisim. Logisim is an educational tool for designing and simulating digital logic circuits. With its simple toolbar, interface, and simulation of circuits as they are built, it is simply enough to facilitate learning the most basic concepts related to logic circuits, with the capacity of builder larger circuits from smaller sub-circuits and to draw bundles of wires with a single mouse drag. Logisim can be used to design and simulate inter-CPUs. Logisim allows you to design and simulate digital circuits. To practice and using Logisim, let's build a XOR circuit, that is a circuit that takes two inputs, which will call X and Y, and display the output on the other end. The circuit will show E0 if the inputs are the same, and the output will be 1 if they are different. That means when the inputs will be similar, it makes a output like 0, and when the inputs will be different, that means one is 0, another is 1, then it makes a output like 1. Let's have a look on the flying truth table and the corresponding circuits. Here have two input X, Y, and we know if the input is 2, then the orientations of inputs segments will be 4. That means 2 to the power n, where n is the number of input. So 2 to the power 2 is equal to 4. So for the 2 input we have the 4 sequence, that is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. And when we play XOR operations of those inputs, we got the result 0 0 for 0, 0 1 for 1, 1 0 for 1, and 1 1 is equal to 0. That means the similar input makes a output 0, and the different inputs make an output 1. When you start Logisim, you will see a window similar to the flying. Some of the details may be slightly different since you are likely using a different system than mine. Here is the first page of the Logisim, and you can see there is 3 portions. In the left side there have some symbols, there have some wiring, gears, and etc. But in the right side there is a platform where you can draw your circuits. Next, go to the next page and see how can you draw a circuit or a logic circuit in Logisim. As a beginner of Logisim designer, let's say orienting yourself, at first all Logisim is divided into 3 parts called the Explorer plane, the Attribute table, and the canvas. Above these parts are the menu bar and the toolbar. Here you can see the red marking of these 3 parts. At the top of the Logisim, we mark it as a menu bar, and then after we mark it as a toolbar, where have different types of get symbols, and then the explorer plan, and after that is an attribute table. But in the right side there is a canvas where we can quickly dispose of the explorer plan and the attribute table. We would not be examining them in this tutorial. Also, the menu bar is self-explanatory. That leaves the toolbar and the canvas. The canvas is where you will draw your circuit, and the toolbar contains the tools that you will use to accomplish this. Now let's go for adding a gate or a circuit in Logisim. We are trying to build the flying circuits in Logisim. I suggested building a circuit by inserting the gates first as a sort of stacked on and then connecting them with wires later. The first thing we will do is to add the two ANDs gate. Click on the AND tool in the toolbar. Then click in the editing area where you want to first AND gate to go. Be sure to leave plenty of room for step on the left. Then click the AND tools again and place the second AND gates below it. After you have all the components blocked out on the canvas, you are ready to start adding wires. Select the edit tools, then the cursor is over a point that receives a wire. A small green circle will be drawn around it. Press the mouse button there and drag as far as you want the wire to go. Logisim is rather intelligent when adding wires. Whenever a wire ends at another wire, Logisim automatically connects them. You can also extend or shorten a wire by dragging one of its endpoints using the edit tools. Wires in Logisim must be horizontal or vertical. After connecting the wire, we must adding text to the circuit, and it's not necessary to make it work, but if you want to show your circuit to somebody, then some labels help to communicate the purpose of the different pieces of your circuit. Select the text tool. You can click on an input pin and start typing to give it a label. It's better to click directly on the input pane than to click where you want the text to go, because then the label will remove with the pin. You can do the same for the output pin, or you could just click any old place and start typing to put a label anywhere else. After completing the connection and text input, our final step is to test our circuit to ensure that it really does what we intend. Logisim is already simulating the circuit. Let's look again at where we were. Note that the input point both contains zeros, and so does the output pin. This already tells us that the circuit already computes a 0 when both inputs are 0. Now try another combination of inputs. Select the poke tool and start poking the inputs by clicking on them. Each time you poke an input, its value will toggle. For example, we might first poke the bottom input. That was the introduced part with Logisim. Now let's know some basic information about installing Logisim. Logisim should run on your platform supporting Java version 5 or later. If you do not already have it on your computer, then download from here. There is the link for downloading the version. Download the Logisync from Logisync source forex.net page. You will choose choice of which release to download. If you use Mac OS or Windows, I would recommend using the release specific to your platform. Thank you everyone for watching today's class. Let's we trying yourself with Logisim and make you prepare for the next class. Thank you.